more details here for you. We have Maria today, and we're going to talk about overcoming the fear of pain in childbirth. We're talking about it over and over again, how the movies make birth look so annoying to me because they're always like, screaming or like not enjoying themselves. But I'm like, I hope they would be enjoying themselves, right? And that's the new way of doing things, right? How you plan your birth, choose to have your birth. This is the new way of doing things. So we're going to also give you some tools that you're going to use. And because the hospital system, again, is a business. And we talk about it over and over again. And all these tools are basically to help you avoid extra medical interventions. So, you know that once you get in there, if you want pain management, you want this, you want the pills, you want the injections, I can give you in all different ways, right? But if you want to do it in some self-empowered ways, we're going to talk about it today by taking control and being kind to yourself will also help in the positive ways that we can manage pain. Maria, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Maria. I live in Colonial Beach, Virginia, with my husband and our little girl, and we're about to have a baby boy, literally any minute. So I'm rolling on my birth ball right now. You can't see it, but got my red raspberry leaf tea. I'm ready to go.
Oh, you got everything. Yeah.
I am a childbirth educator, member of Lamaze International, and I am the owner and creator of the app Natural Birth by Echo, which takes naturally minded parents through pregnancy, birth, and a little bit of postpartum. And it helps them tackle just many common issues in the perinatal period from a natural perspective.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love the natural perspective. So again, everyone, I am Terry Wong, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We like to bring people from all over to talk about maternal health because it is very broad topic that is in every single community. So we like to share things that work and are going well for us. So if you want to get this information, you can get it from my email list, and different ways to get involved with us is sending us comments about how you manage pain during your time in labor or how you plan to. Let us know, like, were the things that we talked about here today things you already plan to use or that you're going to try now. Again, please just leave that comment. Just let us know what you think. And I need to ask you many times because you might just be sitting here and seeing what we're talking about, but I really want to know, like, is this working? Is it not working? Ooh, and the first one, Maria, let us know.
So breath work is foundational. If you get one thing out of any of these videos we're doing, let it be breath work. Literally, if your breath is not set up for success and you're using all the other tools, the acupressure, the peanut balls, none of them are going to work if your breath is not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you really, really need to get this. So why breath work is so important is deep breathing. It allows more oxygen into our lungs and it oxygenates the blood, which helps release endorphins, which check out the other video if you want to understand why endorphins are so important during labor in terms of pain management. It's also going to keep us calm, which keeps the catecholamines at bay. Catecholamines, just a quick summary, if you didn't catch the last video, catecholamines are the hormonal grouping that is released when we grow upset or nervous during labor. Our brains think, oh no, we're in danger. My baby's in danger. I can't have my baby here. And so it releases catecholamines to shut labor down, or slow labor down, and it also makes everything more painful. So breath work is a phenomenal way to counter the catecholamines, keep those away so that labor can progress easily and smoothly. And it's also going to release the endorphins, which put you in a better mood. They keep you in a better headspace, and they just help you stay calm, so that the other labor tools are actually going to be effective. So I know I'm repeating myself here, but it's just so important. It's worth repeating. If your breath work is not where it needs to be, the other labor tools are probably not going to work for you. So if you just walk away with one thing, it's deep breathing, stay calm. When you're watching a scary movie, for example, think about the bad guy comes on the scene, and there's jump, there's something scary. What do? You go, you gasp. It's like a quick breath inward. And then your palms are sweaty, your heart is beating. So your brain, you're not actually experiencing this thing, but your brain is getting those fear responses, that pain response, and your breath reflects the pain or the fear that you're kind of anticipating. Whereas when you're asleep, that's just about as relaxed as you're ever going to get, right? And think about how you're breathing when you're asleep. You breathe in, hold it for a second, breathe out, hold it for a second. And this continues for hours and hours and hours. And that's the difference between releasing those beta endorphins and not. So when you're anticipating fear, when you're anticipating pain, your breath is naturally going to quicken, and you're going to get scared, and your brain knows that. And you're actually going to put yourself into more pain just because
like a panic mode too. The opposite of what a calm breathing technique would give you, right? Like and another good reason to practice breath work is just to get like more good oxygen into your body, taking these conscious deep breaths, right? Really to like deep breathe, because I am definitely one that like has a short breath. I'm like nearly asthmatic, but I'm not. But I tend to like breathe really, even when I'm sleeping, I'm just like, but like if you take bigger, deeper breaths, right, they really help, right, to relax you. And this tool that you're talking about to like also keep away the thoughts of pain and the fear of pain, just to promote the different tools that you can use like right away, right? Breath work is something you could just like stop, let me take like a full minute, like, and just a break that you should take often. And another like tool that you can use when you're laboring, right, is to just be in different positions.
It's so simple, but it's so effective. And when you think about it, well, first go back to when you're sleeping, do you sleep on your side or your back? How do you sleep, Terry?
My side.
Your side, yeah, on my side too. I usually fall asleep on my left side, and then I always wake up and I'm on my right side. Why? What happened? Why didn't I stay in one position? The reason for that is because my body knows, even in my sleep, that I need better blood flow to my legs or my arms. Otherwise, my circulation is going to cut off. Going to fall off.
You have to switch sides.
We really do this. So my body naturally in your sleep will get you to shift so that your limbs don't fall off, right?
Your body's like, this
apply this to birth.
That makes sense. And you're just like many different positions too, right? Like if you're still standing, you could do plenty of positions, right? But if you're like more stuck to the bed, there's other positions you could do too, right? Like you said, just be on the other side. There's so many think good things about like leaning, moving, switching, moving around, moving your body around during this time to really feel, right? Like feel what is good to your body, right? Like what feels good.
Mhm.
I love this one. I am also someone that this would work on. I'm a touch person. And
so touch is it's effective on so many levels, but I really love the gate control theory. So the theory goes that your brain acts like a gate, and it can only let so many sensations in at the same time. So there's the pain sensation, there's the pleasure sensation, there's the sensation of cool water, all these different sensations, and your brain will choose like the most intense sensation, which usually is pain, right? When you're laying on a really soft bed and it feels really nice, but your leg is broken, you're not going to notice the soft bed. You're going to notice your leg, because that's the most intense sensation. So that's the sensation that's walking through the door. However, there are certain touch techniques that, for whatever reason, research shows they travel faster to the brain than the sensation of pain. So the sensation of pain might be more intense, but these other touch techniques, they travel faster and they get through that gate faster. When I was in labor with my first, my husband was using this acupressure point, and I thought, side note, I thought acupressure was this hippy dippy little thing that didn't actually work until I tried it. Y'all, it works.
I really
does work. So my husband was holding that acupressure point for several hours. That poor man, he's very strong. And the minute he walked away, I had this horrible, intense, it was worse than any contraction I'd experienced before. And he didn't get back in time. He was like 10 seconds too late. And I just yell at him, "It's you," which is not at all. And I feel so bad for that. So when I tell that story, I'm like, that's not us. I promise we don't speak to each other that way. But in that moment, what was happening was, without the acupressure, I was, for the first time, experiencing the full intensity of a Pitocin contraction, which Pitocin contractions are very, very painful. They're not like your body's natural contractions. So what was happening was that simple little touch was locking. It was blocking those pain sensations out of my brain. And sure, I certainly felt every contraction, but I didn't really experience them as pain until that moment. So back to the gate control theory, that's what was going on. You can use just simple little techniques to manage pain in labor, and all it is a touch, a massage, whatever the case may be. And even though they're just small, subtle little movements or touches, they travel faster to your brain than the sensation of pain, so they get through the gate even faster.
It's the most effective treatment. Give me more. Yeah, touch. That's so simple. And the fact that there is research to say this one works quickly too. So do it right away. Give yourself 10 hugs. And there's seriously, right? Like this touch is magic. It's healing in any time of your life, right? For someone who enjoys being touched, right? So imagine in a time of your life that you're about to have a baby, and like there's supposed to be this big pain. You're just like, I'm trying to love this experience too. So let's give me more love and more touching, because these are like really great evidence based tools that I love, because I'm like, let me prescribe to you guys 10 touches and more hugs and 5-minute conversations every single day about love, how much you guys love each other. Right? Because this is the combo, right? With oxytocin. So love is the medicine that we're going to use here. So love each other. Yeah, of course you could love each other for more than a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want to do, but do it every single day. Love each other every single day. And I also like to add more good vibes into the air, and know that all the things that you think might happen negatively during this time, flip it over and see how that goes, right? Because these are the different tools that we're going to share with us today. So the first one that you just mentioned, you are sitting on a
birth ball.
Birth ball.
So there's such a wonderful tool. I could go on for hours and hours and hours. But what you want to do in labor is keep moving. We mentioned movement a little bit earlier, but what this does is it helps the baby get into a better position. So when you're upright, you're walking around, your pelvis is doing this, right? But what if your baby is not in a great position?
Yeah.
Their head is cocked, or their posteriors or something.
Yeah.
If these are the bones of your pelvis is going like this when you walk around, or you move around on your birth ball or something, and that's going to help your baby's head wriggle down where it needs to be.
And gravity.
Gravity, absolutely. No, it applies that gentle pressure to help your cervix dilate. So when you use a birth ball or a peanut ball to just keep going with that labor, is you're actually going to reduce pain, because you're going to get your baby into a better position. And just from someone who has had back labor before, my baby was not in a good position, and the contractions themselves were I don't want to say they were nothing, because they were quite intense. They were a lot of hard work. But the most painful part about that labor was my back, because my baby's head was against my sacrum, just hammering all those nerves back there. That was really
position.
So when you can use a birth ball or just walking or a peanut ball or something to keep moving and get that baby slowly into a better position, that is going to make your labor experience so much more manageable.
Yeah, birth balls sound amazing. Definitely, you should get yourself one, and just use it all the time, right? Because gravity, and then also getting used to practicing on a birth ball, right? Even right now, as you get ready at any moment, you're practicing, and you're going to use the birth ball when you're giving birth too. So this is a tool that you're going to use. So start practicing right now. Another tool, water.
Water. Okay, so this one, it's funny because I've seen mixed reviews saying, when you should get into the birth tub, or when you should not the birth tub, because it can slow labor down, right? However, when you're in transition, when you're nearing pushing, that baby's coming. Okay, there's nothing you can do to slow it.
Yeah, that's too late.
It's perfectly safe to get into a birth tub, or even before that, if you want to stay standing and move about, you can stand in the shower. I had a roommate in college, and after every single final, she would come back to our dorm and she would say, "Oh, I need a shower." And I'd be like, "What? You had one this morning?" She's like, "Yeah, I need another one. It's a stress shower." And I'm sure that you've had a stress shower before, just standing there under the hot water, just feeling it over your skin.
Yeah,
it helps. It really does help. And so apply that to birth, and it's just a very soothing, relaxing way to just stay calm, stay relaxed, just feel the water. It's warm or cold, whatever you want, whatever your preference is. It's extremely soothing on your muscles. The uterus is a muscle, right? It is one of the strongest muscles in your body. And it is working really, really, really hard right now, obviously. So just that sensation of water, it's very calming, it's very soothing. So again, what is it going to do but help you to stay calm, keep the catecholamines away, so that endorphins climb, and you can have a positive, even painless birth experience.
Yeah, for sure. And water is a tool that you can use, right? Just in your daily life. Take that extra shower, right? Spend a little bit more time in there with the water on you if it makes you feel good, right? This is something that you can enjoy to help you feel better in any situation, right? And like you said, bringing it to birth is really powerful because using this to your advantage during the time that you're laboring. Think about, oh, when are you going to take a shower, or do you have enough time to take another one, just to be in there with the water on you. It's okay. Like this is, for people who want to have spend more time at home, definitely think about it. Like, I need to take 2 showers before I think I'm ready to go, like it's a good tool to add in there.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one because this one is like a real tool. Tell us about it.
Oh, well, would you say you were coming in and out?
Oh, okay. I said, yeah, so this is a real super cool tool that we have here, the TWd&x unit.
Mm-hmm.
It is how specifically is it important during pregnancy to use the TWd&x unit?
During pregnancy,
during labor.
Yeah, during pregnancy, you don't want to use it because it can, depending on where you put it, it can activate certain acupressure points and actually put you into preterm labor. So don't pull this out until you're ready to have your baby. Yeah. So TWd&x units are, as the description implies, electrical impulses that distract the brain from pain sensations. So this goes back to the gate control theory, where only one sensation is coming through the gate, and a TWd&x unit is really, really good about overriding that pain and getting there faster. So when I had back labor, my dad is, I'm very fortunate, he's an occupational therapist, so he just had an extra TWd&x unit, and I told him I wanted to go natural, so he was like, here, you're gonna need this. So I had a TWd&x unit on my back the entire time, and I will say after a certain point, nothing helped because the back labor was so bad. But up until around 8-9 centimeters, that TWd&x unit got me through so much. And I should have verified this before this video started, but I think I've seen a study somewhere saying that it can help release endorphins, which is probably one of the reasons why it's so effective. But for me, it was just really nice to have that extra sensation. It wasn't necessarily painful or soothing. It just feels like a little,
the whole point of it,
right? It's not a soft pillow or anything, but to distract me from the pain that was going on in my back. So if you're at all afraid of having back labor, or you just want that extra little tool to use, if you want to put it on an acupressure point, a TWd&x unit, I cannot recommend it enough. I've seen them for as cheap as like $30-$40 on Amazon. And a lot of doulas carry them, a lot of midwives. So they're everywhere. They're not too expensive. It's really, really worth the investment. And then once you have it, if you want 10 kids, you can use it for all 10 labors. So it's not going anywhere.
For sure. A TWd&x unit is amazing to have. Definitely is so cheap to get your own too. So to use this as a pain management tool, like you mentioned during labor, would really help to pass more time, right? Because as we know that the time of to birth may be a long one for some people, and so having different tools like the birth balls we mentioned, spending time on there, and then having time with the TWd&x unit, also spending time in water, like see all the different things that we mentioned today. You have to like rotate them, add them into your bag of tools, right? Because you're going to want to know, what are we going to do next, right? What are you feeling? Do you want to try this? Like, we want to make this as enjoyable and as cool, calm as possible, as we talked about, because all those love hormones and that you would need to feel good, happy about yourself. You should also get more information about all things related to birth with Maria here today. We are going to be winning with all these things that we are talking about. We're giving you the tools for you to not have the fear of pain, right? The big thing is tell you today, right? You mentioned like so many takeaways, right? But like try to put it out of your mind, because if you have that block there, all of this is not going to work, right? If we said, if you don't do breath work, right? If you don't do all these things, there's like many channels you have to have open and ready to practice different things. And I just want to remind you that we're here to like tell you about it and practice. Let us know how it goes, because once you get these tools, you're going to start feeling more free, right? More in control of your body, your mind, and your soul's going to feel so good. Because also the things that we mentioned today, like even breath work, right? You can start doing right now. Spend 5 minutes. 10 minutes, concentrate on your breathing and feel how like relaxed you feel, like by doing that experiment, by breathing so deeply. And once you start using these tools, right, you're going to be able to like know how to relax like that, right? Because we need to, all these things to kick in when we need them most, right, during labor. So to activate these skills, we need to practice first, right? We need to prepare ourselves, and breath work and learning more about it really helps. So let us know how it goes for you, what you tried, and all the different things that we talked about here today if you want to know more. Maria's app is amazing. Get all the information on there right into your phone. And she also has a pain management program that you can sign up for, a blog, so many different things. We'll link it all here. And all of these things that we talked about today is related to pain management, right? Particularly when you're preparing for labor. And if this information was helpful for you today, go check it out and let us know if these things are helpful to you, because we want to just give you more tools, right? In every single video that I make, I'm giving specific tools, right, to help you manage very common things that you're going to be thinking about in labor. So start here, right? Start with the tools that we gave you today: breathing, getting more education, information, so that you can learn to go with the flow, right? Breathe and enjoy the experience of your labor. If you like this video and all the things that we talked about, please subscribe and like and comment. Let us know if there's other things that you would like us to dive more deeply into. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. This was a pleasure.